When I pause to think about the words from 1 John chapter 4 verse 19, "We love him, because he first loved us," KJV, my heart immediately grows warm with gratitude. So often, we imagine that love is something we must earn or deserve, yet this verse reminds us that God's love has never depended on our worthiness. Instead, he has always reached out first, inviting us into a deeper understanding of what it means to be cherished beyond measure. This truth shapes the way I approach my everyday life. Knowing that I am already loved, despite my imperfections and failings, liberates me from the pressure to prove myself. It allows me to extend kindness and compassion more freely because I am no longer holding on to the idea that love is a finite resource. When you realize that God's love precedes anything you could ever give back, it transforms your heart and shifts your perspective from self-focus to empathy. In my relationships, I've found that embracing, "He first loved us," encourages me to be the one who reaches out instead of waiting for others to prove themselves to me. It could be as simple as sending a thoughtful message to a friend I haven't talked to in a while, or making amends for past misunderstandings even when I feel the other person may not be ready. Such gestures, although small, can spark genuine connection and healing. Reflecting on this verse also brings comfort during times of loneliness or failure. When life feels overwhelming, and I question my place or purpose, the phrase, "He first loved us," reminds me that I am not lost or forgotten. Before I ever asked for acceptance or validation, love was already extended to me. This knowledge gives me courage to face challenges and self-doubt because I know my value does not hinge on external success. Ultimately, 1 John chapter 4 verse 19 reminds me that love is not something we muster on our own but a gift rooted in the divine. When we accept this love, it becomes a wellspring from which our own acts of kindness flow. There is a quiet power in remembering that long before we even knew how to love, God had already chosen to love us unconditionally. And in that truth, we find both assurance for our hearts and inspiration for our lives.